Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Tuesday, May the 12th, and these are the charts of the day. Market had a kind of a difficult session to start out, but it came back nicely, only to roll back at the end of the day and finish in the red. But a lot of stocks we followed did okay, or some did very well. Let's take a look, for starters, at the AGN, for example. This little biotech stock had a big pop in January when it went from under 3 to over 6, near 6.5. So big move up. You can see how it took months to consolidate, but then it exploded and broke out again. And from this point, ran from like 4.5 up to 8. So this stock's had some nice movement. And then the falling wedge ensued. This falling wedge here ended up in a three-wave corrected pullback near the 22-day moving average, 21-day. And then it popped last week, or early this week, and pulled back yesterday, only to reverse beautifully today from 661 to 716 and closed 710 near the high for the day, up 37 cents or 5.5%. Now, a minute and a quarter traded, not a lot of volume, and it may need more. Watch this tomorrow. If AGEN gets to 7 1/4, and it may do that quickly, we could see a quick move to 8 to retest. If it blows through it, we could see it up in the 8.5, 9 zone, even as high as 10, 10 1/4. That would be my swing trade target for AGN should it break out. Now ATN, it's a really neat little pattern. Take a look how this stock had gotten crushed from the high teens down to under 4. And then had this pop in January, pulled back and coiled, set up a little mini base right there, and that broke out with a thrust and then coiled again. Today it popped 27 cents. Now that's only 5.2%, and the volume is 480,000 shares, not a lot, but I'm looking at the overall base pattern as something that could turn out to be productive. And if it does break out right through here, a test of the gap up around 665 or so would be my next target, and a fill of that gap near 7 3/4, 80 would be a potential as well. Watch volume and watch for the breakout. Now CM's a swing trade of ours that did very well after popping and consolidating, coiling, whatever. Look at the low volume ebb 2 days ago. This is what I always look for. The low volume ebb right there. See it? Just before the big move. Well, another move starting, and I think we're going to test a double top over 30. Stay tuned. This could be a wildfire the next few days. EBIX, a stock I regretted not putting a swing trade on a couple days ago, and I had a chance on the pullback inside day yesterday. Today it exploded for $1.63 off 5.24%, 690,000 shares. That's the second biggest volume in about 5 weeks. So looks like it broke out across the March high, and that the target now has got to be near 38. So watch for this one to extend and go. ESPR, really liking this stock. I love this long coil, but I want to see the breakout. Now, today I issued a swing, which may be a little bit of anticipatory. Let's just say that if you get through here, take out that coil, I suspect we run. Once it gets to 115-ish, I'm looking for a stock to make a substantial move, perhaps to mid-range around 135. EXEL had a really nice session from 326 to 376, backed off a tag, closed up 28 cents or 8.25%, and nearly 5.5 million traded. I want to see, and by the way, it did break out after popping and pulling back. This should be a swing trade. My target now is going to be close to 5. HOTR, wonderful day. The biggest volume ever traded in the history of HOTR stock trading. This stock today exploded out of this wedge and even took out slightly the prior high, which was 315, by reaching 320 today, closing at 308. I suspect that we're on our way to 3 3/4, 385. That's my short-term target at the top of the channel and their lateral resistance. IPHI, well, I know Geo likes this one, so do I, Geo. This stock has had a beautiful rising channel, a long-term rising channel. Consolidations here for a year, and then for several months here on a wedge pattern after it broke out and tested it several times. Look at that move up. And now look at the long-term chart pattern. This is a resistance level going back to 2011. At this point, I'm going to raise my target up into the 25.5, 6 zone, back to the daily. And you can see that I think maybe even close to 27 may be done on this move up. I'm measuring the move here from about, let's call it 12.5 to 21. So about 8.5 points added on to 16, I'll call it 17, is about 25.5. So something up in that zone or better could be had. We'll see. I think the stock is accelerating. It's had a big move here. Love to get a little bit of a pullback retest near that zone in here, but 26 and a half target. And HTC, a stock I haven't talked much about. I know a couple people in the room were very excited about the way it's been acting, and the tremendous angle of ascent here. It looks like it's going to continue. At least at this point, though, it's near the top of that pattern and near the top of what I drew in as a big channel. Take a look. Now, I may be wrong, and it could be as high as up here on a parallel basis. If this is the real channel top, I suspect we could get another spike like we had here and run it up into the mid-40s. That's my target now. OAS, well, this oil stock, as you know, is one of my favorite junior oils. A beautiful base has been built. And after popping near resistance and pulling back in a three-wave corrective test price support, it bounced on a reversal day, stalled for a couple of days, and today it resumed up $1.18 or 7%, 8.8 million. Now, what I'm looking for is for this high here near 1963 and the one at 1886 to be taken out. If we take out 1886, we'll challenge 1963, but my targets are 23 and 27 for OAS. OPK, well, this one surged today, and if this does what I think it can, look at this long, sharp up move, followed by a 3-month coiling type consolidation. Today, it spiked 51 cents or 3.5% on 3.5 million. That's the biggest volume on an up day in about a month and a half, so this could get going. Watch the 15 and a quarter range. Through that, it flies. My targets are 17 and a half mid-range, and then all the way up at 21, 22 on the secondary target. This group is acting very well. The drillers, Ocean, Rig, and Transocean, several of the others, acting very well. Look at this long decline from the oil debacle. Just in August alone, the stock was almost 20, and it dropped down to under 6. It moved back up, and today spiked up in a breakaway gap across the declining tops line. And now I'm going to be looking to see whether the cluster near 990-10 range, which I suspect may be tested as early as tomorrow, is taken out. If so, I'm looking for this to run up towards 12 3/4, my next target. Rig is the other stock in that group that I'm liking the pattern on. The major declining tops line broken. You can see 1, 2, and 3 tests of this lateral resistance, if broken, could lead to a run up towards 25, maybe even as high as 28 or 9. Keep an eye on this one as well. Biotech Cyclone had a nice pop today. As you can see, breaking out of a wedge pattern and exploding for 13.6%. It's $1.14. And it closed only 7 cents off the high at $1.5 million, which is the second best volume all year, since September actually. So with resistance around 990, I suspect that gets tested. If it gets through that, looking for 10.5, 11, maybe as high as 12 eventually on a swing trade. Sigma Designs finally broke out. Yesterday it popped. Today it surged through the highs, but not quite through the resistance level around the 885.90 area. If we do break through here, I'm looking for close to 11. SLTD popped nicely. Another 26 cents or almost 6%. Volume picked up to the best volume on an up session in 2 weeks. And you can see this is going to challenge 485. We get through that, it could spike to 570. And through that, I'm looking for 6.5, 7 zone. That's my target for SLTD. And lastly is Taser, still looking very good. In a beautiful rising channel. And it appears to me that, although this was a nice move recently, it was not the end of the fifth wave. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. We got multiple waves up here, but I think we're going to reach high 30s to 40 plus. If this stock spikes up into that zone, a big volume, huge volume, I want it sold because I think at that point it's ahead of itself. But nice action on Taser. That's it for tonight, everybody. Don't forget, tomorrow I'll be leaving right after the market closes, or actually before the market closes, to get on an airplane to go to Vegas for the money show. If you guys are around, meet you in Las Vegas. If not, I'll talk to you Thursday morning after tomorrow's session is over. Bye-bye.